Insulin should never depend where you were born or where you live. For person with type 1 diabetes, access to insulin is not a privilege. It's a right to stay alive.
Hi, Batool. Welcome to the Via Diabetes interview series. It's great to have you.
Hi, thank you for giving me the chance, Olivia. Nice to meet you.
You're a mother of a person living with type 1 diabetes. I wanted to know if you could tell us your son's diagnosis story and what that experience was like for you personally.
My son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was very young. He was only 2.5 years old. Now he's almost turned 11. And like many parents, our lives change overnight. Suddenly, every meal, every activity, every night become a calculation and decision. But over time, fear become knowledge, and knowledge become action. His diagnosis is actually what pushed me into diabetes community and advocacy, not only for my son, but for families who don't have access to the same tools which I use, education, support, and everything.
I wanted to get an understanding of what exactly has happened in Syria and how this has affected people living with diabetes specifically.
You know that we came out from conflict at Syria. After years of conflict, Syria's healthcare system has been under enormous pressure. For people living with diabetes, that means something very dangerous. The treatment they need every single day may not always be available or accessible. Complication can't be coincident. For example, with type 1 diabetes, insulin life support, it's not an easy way to get it.
And how urgent is this issue?
It's extremely urgent. You can't postpone many things in healthcare, but you can't postpone insulin. A person with type 1 diabetes needed today by today, needed tomorrow, and needed every day after that. So we're not only talking about supplying insulin once, we are talking about building sustainable and continuous supply. So it's not only urgent, no, it's like an oxygen for them.
And what have you been doing to help the situation so far?
Since long time ago, I have communicated the channel and I make a communication with diabetes community who live. I listen what they need and what they want. Then I start by listening and understanding the real need on the ground. I meet the Syrian Ministry of Health and began connecting those needs with International Diabetes Organization, humanitarian organization, and pharmaceutical companies to help them. My role now is to build bridge between MOH at Syria and this organization to turn the conversation into action and hopefully connection into sustainable action. But there is difference between information at paper and the reality at the ground. Insulin should never depend where you were born or where you live. It's for all. For person with type 1 diabetes, access to insulin is not a privilege. It's a right to stay alive.
What can we as individuals outside of Syria do to help those living with diabetes there?
First, don't underestimate the power of your voice. Talk about Syria. Share reliable information. Connect organization and decision maker and support trusted initiatives that can provide sustainable diabetes care. Remind people living with diabetes in Syria that they are not forgotten. Sometimes solidarity begins with simply saying, "We see you, we hear you, we support you, and you are not alone." They all need our help. Now, when we are talking, there is hundreds or thousands of diabetes type 1, especially there at Syria, need insulin, need oxygen. Some of them are at a hospital. Maybe they have DKA or something. They need our help. They are strong. They have a high level by education. They know everything, but they don't get support and tools.
All they need is a little bit of support. Thank you so much, Batool, for highlighting this issue. I really appreciate all the work you're doing. Thank you for making time to join me today.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you for VIA, Voice in Action, to give me a chance to deliver their voices at Syria and all people who need help over the world. Thank you.